ready?
I'm not done with my pizza.
Are you ready?
Man.
It's time to do a little recap.
All right. Well, if you had said 3 weeks
What's that,
ago,
Domino's?
yeah, that might be that good. If you had said 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
if they head into these 3 power football games, Iowa, at Michigan, Wisconsin, that they were going to win 2 after defending all those plays, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio State. Would you believe me? 2 wins out of that.
Well, I have to be honest. I'm not gonna weasel out of this argument. But had I known,
Why make this the first time?
had I known that certain quarterbacks in the Big Ten can't throw their way out of a paper bag,
Good point.
I would have probably revised my prediction. But yes, you're right. I think that they were facing a tall task. I am quite stunned by some of the recent quarterback play that Penn State has gone up against. I'm talking about the Iowa quarterback and whatever that was we saw today by Jack Cohn. Is that quarterback play? What was that?
Not exactly the Big 12.
Your point though, especially about
but they were
about Penn State's defense kind of wilting, especially against this running game. To their credit, they played well.
First half, especially after Wisconsin cut that big run off. I think Penn State had the ball 2/3 of the plays in the first half. That helps, man.
Absolutely.
In a game like this, Penn State had defended a ton of plays coming into this game, more than anybody in the country except for the Houston Cougars. And there weren't that many plays in this game, and there certainly weren't any big plays in this game. It was kind of station-to-station football. Wasn't like a simpler time, Bob.
I like when you brought that up to Sharif Miller, and he was actually really stunned. He's he stopped. He's like, man, I didn't know that.
They didn't show any signs of it.
Yeah.
Really.
Not only that, they keep their starters out in the field a long time. They don't really have backups. So I just thought Miles Sanders getting going was big. And the fact that they answered that touchdown drive immediately with a score of their own, the touchdown pass from Trace to DeAndre. But really, I mean, just explain to me how your running back gets almost 200 yards and you score 10 points.
Talking about Wisconsin.
Yeah, how does that happen? I mean, Penn State obviously played pretty well defensively, but I just could not believe how inept Wisconsin was in the passing game.
I would say inert. I mean, you're talking about explosive plays. They have inert plays.
Yeah.
They have. I mean, at some point, you're going to put 9 in the box against that stuff, and even Jonathan Taylor's not going to be able to do a heck of a lot. And when they were behind by 12 points with 5-6 minutes to go, they were still running the same stuff. You know, at some point, you got to cut the guy free, don't you?
Yeah.
Make it stop.
And then Penn State did make one switch with the offensive line. Will Fries moved to left tackle. Ryan Bates moved to right tackle. Chaz Wright, I don't think's really in their plans as a starter anymore. I thought it helped a little bit, but Penn State did what they had to do. I thought the defense hung in there because it certainly didn't look good early. And I think once they realized the limitations of the passing game that Wisconsin had,
and there were limitations.
And I do give Penn State's defensive line credit and their linebackers credit because Jan Johnson early in the game he got freight trained on the long run. They all kind of hung in there. They could have, after what happened last week, it could have been a long day. And they made it a long day for Wisconsin. And
they hung in there on a month-to-month basis, because you could have seen this defense cave, and they didn't at all. So, Bob,
it's time to go to Rutgers.
It's time to go to Rutgers. Maybe we'll get some thunder sleet again. What do you think? It's looking like 9-3. It's very possible this season.
I mean,
you'd have to take that at this point.
Yeah. Any chance I get to go to Central New Jersey, I always take it.
So, until then, what is that place called? Something Energy Solutions Stadium from Piscataway. Lovely bucolic Piscataway. Adios.